Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Edwin back again for Strictly Comics, and we are back for this. What is this? Episode
6?
6? Yeah, episode 6 of our live chat. I got Justin, Exilestate Comics, with me. Thank you so much, Justin, for joining me. Hold on, man. As soon as Google wants to kick in, I should have had this prepared.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that.
There we go. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we got, hopefully Rez and Jose may end up joining us. If not, it's all good. So anyways, we're here to talk about comic books and a few other things. Justin, do you want to go ahead and start us off? Maybe let us know what you've been up to this week.
This week, man, it's been a fun-filled week. We had like a whole bunch of news come out already, like, you know, especially today with like Star Wars or Rogue One, a Star Wars story, like that new trailer coming out. That was awesome. But comics-wise, man, just picked up a ton of books. It was a huge DC week for me. It seemed like all I got was DC stuff, and like a sprinkling.
Even with all the Marvel stuff that came out.
I got 2 Marvel books.
2 Marvel books. All right, I apologize. I haven't catch your newest video. I've been pretty busy this week, but I did notice that yesterday at my LCS. I'm like, man, look at all these Marvel comic books. Goodness gracious. So what did you pick up?
A lot, but for some reason they just only I picked up Clone Conspiracy and Daredevil. That was it.
Okay. What about DC wise?
Action Comics, Detective Comics, Flash. They're all sitting right here.
That many, huh?
Let's see. So yeah, Hal Jordan, Superwoman, Supergirl, Action Comics, Detective, Flash. I feel like there was another one. Oh yeah, and All-Star Batman. All-Star Batman.
That is a nice cover.
It really is. Like I said, I've only picked up the is it Jacques or Jock? I want to say Jacques. Yeah, but I've been fortunate to only be able to only get his covers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some places I'm sure you don't have the option. You're just like whatever cover they got.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me ask you this then. Since you said that you got a bunch of DC stuff, do you still get the vibe that a lot of people are still picking up DC pretty heavily, or do you think it's kind of fizzled a little bit?
I think it's still going pretty strong, especially for their main titles and the way that they've structured it, so that they're kind of going in. Maybe it's not set up this way, but it seems that way, where they're kind of going in phases. Like they released all the books, right? And they let it go for a couple weeks. And then, like week 3, week 4, they release another set of new books. Like we just had Raven come out and Trinity and stuff like that. So I think they're keeping it spaced out good enough that they're going to keep people interested, even if they drop, say like they drop Superwoman because they read 2 issues and we're like, they're going to pick something else up that they're going to come out with in a week or 2, So I think DC's strategy is still going strong, whereas all I'm hearing around the shop and stuff is people are just burnt out on Marvel. Like they're starting to churn out new books, but people, going back to like kind of event fatigue. Even we're still in the middle of Civil War, and we're getting all these books out now this week. Like Uncanny Avengers 15, I think, was out this week, and it's Civil War II Aftermath. So,
well, I know the Civil War is continuing. I haven't been reading it. I think you're right just a little bit there, because I do notice that people are still getting DC, but I think I'm especially noticing that people are not picking up Marvel as much. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is that I do see way more Marvel comics on the racks versus DC. The books that you actually mentioned, Supergirl. Actually, Supergirl had a really cool cover. I almost bought it just because of the cover. I think she was fighting Cyborg on the cover there.
Yeah. See, I picked up the other one. I picked up that one.
That is a cool cover. That's not an Alex Ross cover, is it? It kind of looks like it, right?
No, I mean, this is just, the second cover, B. Just cover B.
Okay. Yeah, that was I didn't see that one. I just saw the regular cover, and the regular cover was actually cool enough almost for me to pick up. But
well, see, and that's the thing. That's the thing with Superwoman. That's the only reason I'm picking it up, is I've gotten like 2 back-to-back really cool covers of like red Superwoman.
Yeah, that is cool.
You know, so I'm giving it a shot. You know, it's issue 3. I'm gonna give it till 5, and we'll see.
How's issue 1 and 2 been so far?
Pretty strong as far as like the first issue. You thought it was going to be one character that's Superwoman. It's not. It's a different character. So that was kind of a twist in that one that I didn't see coming before I picked up the book. So it's good enough to read it for now, but I don't know if I'm going to stay with it beyond 5 issues. You know what I'm saying?
Now remind us, is that a $2.99 or a $3.99 issue?
It's, well, that depends on where you pick it up. Have you noticed that? If you go to a comic book store, DC's books are $2.99. If you go to a big box store like Barnes & Noble or Books A Million, something like that, they're $3.99 cover price.
No way.
Yes, sir.
I guess that's newsstand though. For I don't know. I guess that's newsstand. I always thought it was the same price across the board.
I just recently noticed that, and I was talking to Rez earlier about it. Hey, Rez.
Hey.
Hey, Rez. Let me give you a hand clap real quick. Thank you for joining us. She is a survivor of Hurricane Matthew.
Yes.
And she is a strong mother of 3 and an avid comic book reader. Thank you so much, Rez, for joining us.
Yay! Yeah.
we're actually just discussing Superman or Supergirl. Justin was kind of letting us know what he's been doing this week.
Really?
How have you been?
I just been trying to make up for lost time. I already had put out 2 live shows, I think, one live show, and put out a daily vlog. Just trying to catch up. It feels like I've been gone for a very long time. You know.
I imagine with all the busy weather you've been dealing with over the past week or so.
Yeah, I still don't have the water situated yet, but I do have power. Yep. So that's a good thing. The water it's crazy because there's a lot more places that still haven't got power or water yet. These places still flood out. The roads are really crazy. I was telling Justin earlier that the traffic is been killer these past few days, and it's because of the routes being rerouted, the roads being broken, and things like that. And actually, there's construction being done right across from my house. So a lot of stuff being done.
We're glad you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important question, though, is are your comic books protected?
You know what? I keep them elevated in case of a flood. So
there you go.
So yeah, we should be good.
All right, good.
Comic books, you know.
Yeah, really. All right. So I was asking Justin about DC. I was asking him if he thought that DC was kind of fizzling out. And Justin, did we agree that we thought Marvel was actually the one that was kind of fizzling out more versus DC?
It feels like it, just based on like kind of sales I'm seeing at my shop and just the overall feel, like and watching haul videos and things like that. I'm not seeing a ton of Marvel being picked up by anybody right now.
Okay. Well, then let's do this. And Rez, you can jump in on this too. Actually, you can start out. Let's go ahead and just give some shout outs because I noticed that we all do watch a lot of haul videos instead of maybe waiting to the end. How about just give some quick shout outs to people right now on who it is that we're watching, what haul videos we're watching, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So you want me to name some YouTubers I watch?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I absolutely love watching you guys. Of course. I'd be like such a brown noser right now.
Nice.
But I love watching Mr. Jared Osborne. He's so cool. I don't know if you guys watch him, but he's like also an artist. Very, very unique illustration style. So I absolutely love watching his pulls. It's like something I have to watch every week. If I don't watch it, then I feel like it's weird, you know?
Like you missed out.
I love hearing it. Yeah, like I missed out. So his weekly pulls are really, really cool. But his YouTube channel is Jared Osborne, and I have to watch anything that Sleeper Reader 666 puts out, and any sporadic video that my dear Comic Crack puts out. He is awesome as well. These are all people I subscribed to when I first started YouTube, and I watched them for a very long time before I decided to get on and start my journey as a collector.
You know, a lot of people talk about Comic Crack, and I haven't had the chance to see what he's done yet, but you are right there along with like probably 5 or 6 other people that I know of that's been talking about Comic Crack.
Yeah, Comic Crack is so awesome. And we have such similar taste, which is why I feel like, you know, whenever he picks something up, I know I'm going to love it. And usually, I have things like I recently gave some books away that I didn't want in my collection. They weren't for me. I kind of read through them, breezed through them, and I said, you know what, I can give them to somebody else. And I knew, you know, it's funny because I knew before I even thought about giving them away, I said, I think he would like these. And when he actually said, hey, I want them, I'm like, I knew it. I knew you wanted them. I knew you wanted them. So it's crazy. Yeah. It's awesome. You know, to find, because, you know, usually you find your twin on YouTube anyways. Your twin person's into
the brother or sister that you wish you had.
Yeah. So that's a case with Comic Crack, you know. And then Damien, he has his things, you know, that he likes to read, and I'm always very intrigued. So it's really cool. And then ETA Nick's another first. Love his channel. I love his live chat and stuff.
Yeah,
I always take over his chats. I should be a moderator because I'm always.
You are in his chats. You're in his chats a lot. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I completely take over. So I'm waiting for him to like name me a moderator, and I can start booting people.
Yeah, really, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Justin. What about you, man? What kind of who you got shout outs to?
If we're talking about like hauls and stuff, Mike Spider Slayer over on Comic Frontline. I think he was one of like the first like haul video type things I started watching when I got kind of into it. You know, kind of similar taste. Like he's a big Spider-Man fan. I'm a big Daredevil fan, so we kind of cross over a lot in what we pick up. Fun stuff like that. But I mean, definitely watching you guys. Watch Jesse's haul, JLS Comics. Claude over at Remember Porkins. Watch his hauls a good bit too. I don't know. I feel like I watch a ton. You know, you ask the question. I can't think anybody's name, but it feels like all I do is watch videos if I'm not on a video or making a video. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. No, it's all good. It's just, you know, it's funny because we talked about this last week, how at the end of the show, we actually was trying to plug in if somebody wanted to come and join the panel. So I decided, you know, let's do it early on. And you know, as Rez was talking, I started talking about, well, let's just get some shout outs of people that we actually watch, and at the same time kind of give a plug out there to anybody who wants to come onto our panel. We do have what are like 5 more episodes, I think, after this week. 5 more episodes left, and if anybody wants to come and join the panel, send me a message. I'll see what I can do. But we definitely want to include the comic book community, anybody in the live chat, anybody that watches after it's uploaded, so on and so forth. So we don't want to, you know, exclude anybody out. We definitely have room for maybe 1 or 2 more panel members coming on as guests in weeks to come.
Yes, so that'll be fun. So if you wanna hang with us and talk about comics with us, send one of us a message, and we'll see what we can do to get you on here with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Because look, the comic book community is so just broad. I mean, I got people that watch anything and everything every time a comic book television show comes up, anything and everything every time Netflix uploads something. People that's just strictly with back issues, some of that's strictly with new issues, indie issues like Res. So, look, we're not discriminating anybody. So if you want to come and join us, let us know. Give us some comic book knowledge.
Yep. I'm missing Legends of Tomorrow. I'm going to have to watch it in the morning.
Yeah, I almost bought that DVD. What is it, season 1 that's out now?
Yeah, season 2 just started tonight.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I watched a couple 2 or 3 more episodes of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
You pretty much, you know, burnt through the whole thing, but Rez, were you able to catch up on any of that? Probably not, with the weather conditions. Did we lose her?
Maybe she walked away for a second.
Okay. But anyways, yeah. Were you able to catch up on any Luke Cage?
No, unfortunately, the whole thing with the power kind of, I've been trying to catch up, and it's, TV right now is not the thing on my mind.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
sometimes you got to put you got to put yourself in a space to watch TV when you come from reading a lot like I do. I read a whole lot, and sometimes I find books more comforting than TV at times. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm definitely trying to jump in this weekend though. I will.
I can say I can see that, except for when it's a comic book TV show, because just think of it as you're watching a comic book.
Yeah. You know, but honestly, there's some comics, like there's one I want to talk about with you guys that when I read it, I felt like I was watching a show. It was just awesome. It was so freaking awesome. I can't stop thinking about it. And I read it about almost a week ago.
Yeah. I love those books that you pick up and you're like, why is this not a TV show or a movie?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Exactly. And that's how I feel about this one particular series. I'm like, oh my God, where is this? Why? But what can you do? Nothing. I could stalk the creator and and say, hey, put this on TV.
Yeah. Why haven't you got a movie deal yet? Why haven't you got a TV deal yet? Are you turning them down? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. There you go. Spark a conversation.
Right.
As long as it's friendly,
Oh, okay. Oh, well then maybe be nicer.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Creator, writer, person. Why don't you put this on the TV?
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Don't tweet like that to anybody, guys. Nobody in the chat. Don't send tweets like that.
Yeah. There'll be that one person does it,
The Exilestate Comics guy, he told me to. Oh man.
Yeah. They already blame comics for a lot of things.
Yeah,
really.
They're not for kids. They're only for kids. Like, make up your mind.
I know, right? Speaking of kids, you know what? There's one single issue I want to pick up, or a series by Eric Powell called Chimichanga, and I don't know if it's for kids or if it's not for kids. But have you seen that, Justin? Edwin, have you guys seen that?
Isn't it like it's Chimichanga something, right?
Yeah, it's Chimichanga something, but I was like, it looks like it's going to be for kids because it's advertised on DCBS and other sites that's for like 6-year-old and up, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm not picking up a 6-year-old comic. I mean, a comic for 6-year-olds. But then
I don't know. A lot of people really like Bravest Warriors.
Yeah. And then I hear about it, and it's supposedly more for. It has a turn in there that happens. It's supposed to be more adult-like. I don't know. I
gotta go. I'm trying to find it now. So.
Yeah.
So that's the way it works. If you mention a book, I have to go look at it. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Sorry.
Oh, it did? Yeah, I think I haven't picked it up, but I think I did remember hearing it. Only because of when I hear Chimichanga, I think of Deadpool automatically.
Okay. There's a Dark Horse book that came out this week called Chimichanga: The Sorrow of the World's Worst Face. It's a 4-parter. Did anybody in the chat pick that up? Because I know the 3 of us didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a few different ones. Like, he already came out with one, and then I think
this is a different one.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy.
We're gonna go look at the arts.
All right.
Maybe if it'll come up. Come on, Dark Horse. Yeah, it looks. I don't know. It almost gives like that Coraline feel. Did y'all see that animated movie, Coraline?
Wasn't that like a same director that did Nightmare Before Christmas?
Same type of thing, yeah.
Tim Burton. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And look to me when I looked at it, it looked like a mixture of.
It was the same company or something.
Yeah, but it did remind me of something like that, like a Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline kind of feel. But wasn't too sure. But I did have the opportunity to pick it up, just like I had the opportunity to pick up Reborn, and I didn't do it. And I'm like, why did I do it?
This actually doesn't look bad. I mean,
yeah.
This actually looks like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it has his illustrations on it, which I like. I like Eric Powell, and it's very unique. You know his style when you see it. Yeah. You can always appreciate that when you see an artist and they have that style, and you just know it's them.
Yeah, everybody, if you go to Dark Horse's website, you can look at the first 5 pages of this Chimichanga book we're talking about. Chimichanga.
Yeah.
What a title, though. That's a mouthful. Chimichanga, the sorrow of the world's worst face.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about a little girl who has this magical beard, and she gives little pieces of it away, I suppose, you know.
And it looks like she's part of a freak show in a circus.
Yeah, and you know, anything about freak shows and carnivals, like, I don't know if you've ever watched the HBO TV series called Carnival, but it's one of my most favorite TV series ever. And anything that reminds me remotely of that, I'm down for it, for sure.
Yep. Blackpole knew what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I like that name, Blackpole.
Yeah, Blackpool.
It's like, I don't know, it feels like there should be a story behind it or something. But
Yeah.
Another book I picked up this week, not really shifting gears, Warlords of oh gosh.
I knew you could do it.
Appalachia.
Appalachia.
I love it. Yeah.
Appalachia.
Just think of Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, I'm in the foothills, and I can't even think of the word half the time. But this is actually this is a weird book. It takes place after the Second Civil War. So, apparently, there was a Second Civil War.
That could be interesting, though.
And only Kentucky is still holding out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Way to go, Bluegrass State.
Okay, now I found what I was looking for. I'm sorry, guys. I was y'all were mentioning movies and stuff, and I thought about Valiant. One of the topics I wanted to just talk about. We can either go in depth or go briefly. It doesn't matter. Are Valiant or have been Valiant comic book readers from the past?
Yep. I read everything up to Book of Death. That was what? When did Book of Death come out? Like March or April? Before summer, they did their Book of Death event. But I was reading everything Valiant put out up until that point.
Okay, so you're talking about kind of like the Valiant reboot that came out, like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yep.
You started getting into them. Okay. Okay. What about, did you read Valiant back 20 years ago in the 90s?
I read Ninjak, Exo Man of War back then, and still have some of those. And some, I never really got into Archer and Armstrong, but I like Archer and the stuff I've read recently, the newer Valiant stuff, so I want to go back and read the Archer and Armstrong stuff.
Okay. Rez, what about you? Have you read any Valiant stuff?
I have. I have read, let's see. I have quite a few up here. I'm going to pick them up. They're right here. But I've read
That's such a good, like, I would recommend that in trade. If you just like want to read a pretty dang good story, pick it up.
Mm-hmm. I've read Imperium. These are all stories I sought out at one point, and as soon as it came out in trade, because at the point when I was in collecting, at that point I was only collecting trades, so I was like, yes, gotta get this Divinity, another one, and I think this is kind of my favorite out of all of them, Dead Drop. Yes.
Okay. Issue 2 of Dead Drop with Archer is so good. That was like the funniest comic I've read in a long time.
Yeah. So I was like, really excited about those, and I grabbed them up as soon as they got published. Had them, So pretty much like pre-ordered them and had them right away.
Yeah, and they're worth the trades from Valiant are worth picking up. They're along the same lines as the Image trades. Everybody, like, they're not as expensive as the Marvel and DC trades. So
yeah, exactly. You're not gonna pay it's not gonna break your pocket, to be honest.
Yeah, $10, $15, $14, something like that. You can get a Valiant trade.
Yeah. I didn't pay any more than $10, $9.99. Yep. So
okay,
great thing.
That's good. So then, real quickly, both of you guys agree that the new Exo or the recent new Exo Man of War was pretty good. Can you guys give us just a concise version of what it might be about?
Well, they started over. So you're seeing the character get picked up when he's, was he a Visigoth or something? The aliens come way back in the day and grab him, and then they go to their planet, right? That's where he gets the armor, and then he comes back and it's present day, which makes sense because of time, distance traveled and things like that. Time would have passed faster here because he was traveling at the speed of light. So yeah, it makes sense that he comes back and it's present day. So you have a character who's having to deal with being back home, but it not being his home. Then now he's also like the savior of all these people and has to defend this other planet all the time too. It's a really compelling story, and the way what's his name? Is it Eric?
Let's see. I forgot because I read it so long ago.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I mean, just overall a great story. Just the way they planned it out. Because who wrote it? Was it Venditti?
Yep, Robert Venditti. Yep. And I think the illustration was Carrie Nord.
Mm-hmm. And it changes because it was going up to, what's it up to, like issue 50 now?
Yeah,
or it's going to 50.
Honestly, I need to pick up some more trades because I only had this one, which has I think the first 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
I'm still lost in the sauce about a lot of the stuff.
Jackie pointed out that he used to read Magnus, the robot fighter from Valiant. I'm with you. I used to read that too. I'm kind of confused. I don't know where those rights are and why they didn't bring that book back. I haven't looked into it. What you touching?
Okay.
Oh. You caught me.
I missed it. I don't want to know. So, so the reason why I want to talk about this real quick because we all know that the comic book movie scene is kind of hot stuff right now. Everybody now wants to put out a comic book movie. I just learned from a website, Facebook. I think it's comicbook.com. I was just happened to be on there, and they were talking about how Valiant there's going to be a Valiant universe, entertainment universe, VEU, I guess you could call it. So, and their first movie that they're going to be putting out is Bloodshot. I remember Bloodshot a little bit. Does anybody else remember Bloodshot?
I've read to a lot of the comics and looked them over, but that's something that caught my eye.
Yep, an awesome killer with nanobites with nanites in him that repair everything so he can't die.
Yeah.
But using who was it? Tommy, Jason David Frank. He's going to be Bloodshot, so that looks really cool. Yeah,
and Justin, tell everybody who he is.
He is Tommy from the Power Rangers. He's been like 19 different Rangers. He was the Green Ranger, and then he was the White Ranger, and he was the Red Ranger at some other point. I don't really know a lot about Power Rangers, but I follow him on Instagram, so I know that much.
Okay, Rez, you're a little bit younger than we are. Did you watch Power Rangers at all?
I did. I grew up on Power Rangers. It's pretty cool.
You nerd.
Yeah. I bet you can't guess which one's my favorite.
Okay, you're kind of super different, so I'm gonna say it's not one of the girls.
Yeah.
Black Ranger?
Nope.
Tommy.
The red one.
Jason?
Yeah.
From the original one?
Yeah, the original one. And
wow.
And red's my favorite color, so I always had to side with the red.
There you go.
Yeah.
You went way back to the original. I didn't know you were. I didn't know you went back that far, Rez.
Yeah, I've watched all of them, and my son, he likes to watch all of them. He just loves some Power Rangers, so it's crazy.
Wow.
Anything with Power Rangers on it, old, new, whatever, he'll watch it.
Wow.
Okay, I gotta admit, I just did not watch. I used to make fun of my little brother for watching it. I was like, this is so stupid. But I do know that Tommy is or was a MMA fighter, if I'm not mistaken.
He was.
So
yep.
The dude's like hardcore. I mean, he just, you call me a ranger, I'm gonna be a real ranger, and he just, beating fools up. So I think it's kind of cool that he can transition from that. Actually, not just transition from the MMA thing to the movie, but still to kind of be recognized as a ranger. Like he didn't gain a bunch of weight, get all fat, and just
and that's the thing is he never stopped. They've they always bring Tommy back in some way or another, and he's like some other different ranger, or he has to show up and help them like one episode or something. So yeah, he's stayed in like Saban's like good graces, you know, somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any potential here, you guys think, for Valiant doing anything on the big or small screens?
Yeah, have y'all checked out the Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe trailer that came out of New York Comic Con?
I haven't.
That's really good.
Not yet.
I want to say the guy that's playing Ninjak is or either looks very much like the guy who played Deadshot on Arrow.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know, I'll watch it tonight. I want to get more into it with y'all.
Yeah, it's really good. Definitely check it out. So that's already out. They put that out in conjunction with Bat in the Sun Productions.
Yeah.
I know y'all probably seen videos from Bat in the Sun. So definitely high quality stuff. And I guess that's going to be like a web series that they're going to run with it. And then that's going to jump into the movies. But they've cast a ton of people, like Livewire from Harbinger. Yeah. And some other characters. So it's looking really, really cool.
Now, according to the article I was reading, I think Valiant is doing a lot of this stuff in-house, if I'm not mistaken, which I think can be a good idea, because if you outsource your stuff to other production studios, it just might not be close to the source material, you know. It kind of reminds me of the creators of Saga. They've been approached several times about doing a movie, and they were like, no. If we do a movie, it's only going to be done by one of two directors. That's it, because they know how Hollywood is. They're going to just, you know, piss all over the original source material of their comic, and it's just not going to be lined up with the way that they want it to be.
Yeah, I would be so mad if they did Saga wrong.
I would be mad if they did Saga, period, because there's no budget that they could make it right.
I was saying the same thing to, I forgot who, I was talking to someone else. I don't think they can do Saga justice. So I think it needs to stay a comic, honestly.
I mean, just to do the sextillion scene would, like, blow a normal movie's budget.
Yeah.
Just walking through that place.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, but, I mean, that's what they said. Brian K. Vaughan said that he originally did Saga in such a grand fashion so that it could not be adapted to TV or movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to put in this book everything that...
Like a Salvador Dali type of way.
Right. He was just going to throw in everything that he couldn't normally or wouldn't normally put in a story, you know, and just pack it in, because other stories can always get picked up. This one's so out there that it would just cost so much, unless you did animated.
But if you look at Saga, even the main characters and even some of the villains, like the ones with the TV heads, you could actually just do a lot of props and regular type of, you know, kind of like, what's his name, Jim Henson type of...
yeah, you really could.
Yeah, instead of just using CGI all the time with, you know, like a lot of these movies that they're doing. So, all right. Other thing, sticking with the indie scene that I want to talk about, I think that a lot of people probably picked this up. Reborn. I think a lot of people, a lot of Greg Capullo fans have been waiting for this for a while. If you guys follow him on Twitter, he's always tweeting about it. He's always showing a lot of sketches of upcoming artwork. Yeah, see Justin? Yeah, Justin's got like two of them. So I got two of them.
Go back and get some more.
Yeah, what they have, man, like 5 or 6 covers.
They had
of the first issue.
5 plus the blank. So 6.
They even had a blank?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't see that in my shop. But anyways, what'd you think about it, Justin?
I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Like, I mean, you know, just reading through it to begin with, you're not sure what's going on, where these people, like, randomly these people at a coffee shop are getting shot. You know, you're like, what does this have to do with anything? But then how it kind of all leads in, and we get the narration by the woman. I don't think we ever learn her name till the end. I don't remember.
No, I don't think we do.
I don't think we do. But we get like the narration of her life and everything that's been going on like that. It's really, really cool. They didn't focus on the other world as much, the reborn world, as much in this first issue. We just kind of got glimpses of it, you know, throughout the book. I thought that was really well done. I don't know. I can't say enough about it right now. I'm super pumped for issue 2.
Yeah, I think you're right. They didn't give us a whole lot to eat off of, to chew off of. I think it was just enough to maybe, I mean, let's be honest. To me, I thought it was an okay issue, but because Greg Capullo's name is attached to it, I'm going to, you know, stick with it. Actually, one question I have for you, Justin, I don't know if you know this or not, but is this an ongoing, or is this a 6-issue run, or what is this? Because I didn't see like a 1 of 6 or nothing else. I was like, issue number 1.
Yeah, no, as far as I know, it's ongoing. I haven't seen anything to say that it wouldn't be. And it's, you know, it's Mark Miller, so it's going to kind of be, I don't want to say it's going to be a slow burn, but there's going to be a lot of story development going on.
Okay, so then what are you thinking? Like Greg Capullo is just going to get this thing start it off, or is somebody going to take over? Or you think Greg Capullo's in this for the long haul?
I think he's in it for a while. I mean, I haven't heard of any other projects that he's doing. He's not going back to DC anytime soon. Also, especially this is his first time doing like kind of sci-fi fantasy stuff, really. I mean, he did Spawn, but he's even saying that Reborn's like his first foray into fantasy, because you see that opposing army that our people are facing in there. So I think he's going to have fun with this one for a little while and stick with it. But I have no basis to say that. There's been no news released or anything.
Okay. Because when I was doing my video yesterday, it just kind of came out organically how I was thinking of how smart Greg Capullo was to leave at the time that he did, even though he kept saying it was going to be temporary. He left DC at a really good time. And some of the viewers might be asking, why are you saying that, Edwin? It's Greg Capullo. Well, here's why. The same artists are now doing 2 books a month instead of one book a month. It's hard enough to do 1 book a month, meet your deadline, and still have good art. Now they're asking you to do 2. And I'm just guessing that Greg Capullo foresaw this. His contract had ended, and he was like, you know what? I'm not ready to be a part of this. I'm going to go do something else right now. Because it's a lot of work for artists, man, to be doing this. And we've all seen this artwork from David Finch dumbing down. We've talked about this. Chad Harden talking about he's going to leave Harley Quinn soon and go do something else. So I think it was really smart on Greg Capullo's behalf, in my opinion.
Yeah. He would have, well, even if he stayed at DC, he would have definitely jumped away from Batman and did something else, you would think. But Iculus in the comments over here, he said that he heard, or maybe he knows somewhere, that Reborn is going to be 18 issues in total, with 3 6-issue volumes.
That's not bad.
No, that would still be good.
So keeping up with the DC trend of doing 6 issues, taking a month off, and then doing 6 more.
I guess, but Image normally does 5 because they put their trades out as 5.
I'm sorry. Did I say DC?
Yeah.
I meant Image, sorry. I know Image has been doing that. They've been doing 6 and then giving everybody a month off.
I like a nice thick trade, though, so I'm into it.
Yeah. Rez, were you able to get Reborn? Probably not. I know you've been,
Well, I ran into the issue, and honestly, the guy at the comic shop was like, "Have you heard of Reborn?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I was, for some reason, in my head, I was like, I think I'm supposed to pick up Skyborn, not Reborn. So I was like, yeah. So I was like, I was like, no, I don't think that's the one I wanted. So he's like, well, are you sure? Everybody wants this one. I'm like, no, I'm good. No, I don't want it. So I realized when I got home that when I was talking to my bestie, he was like, yeah, you didn't pick up Reborn? I'm like, no, I picked up Skyborn. So, yeah.
I'm going to show you why you should pick up Reborn.
Yeah.
Right here. This is how easy this is. All right. If you can see this, Rez, this is beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
And this double page is, I would have paid $4 for that double page.
Yeah. You know, I'm running into quite a few. Like today, I spent $9 on 3 issues, and I was like, no, I'm so pissed about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But after reading every one of them, I'm like, yeah, I paid a good penny for all of them. So,
Nice.
you know, it's nice when you kind of you're like griping about it. You're like, oh man, I paid this much for a comic for a floppy, but then you read it and you're like, oh, this is amazing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm
So,
with you.
yeah.
That's how I feel when I do my pull list. I'm like, man, this is going to be so expensive. And then I look and I'm like, no, it's half DC. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get modern comics for $3 still, I think you're doing pretty good no matter what.
Mhm.
And a good story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the one thing. We'll jump back to DC for just a second. That's the one
Sure.
thing with most of the books I haven't seen where there has been like maybe drops in art, or there has been like writer switches or artist switches. Maybe not so much writer, but I haven't really seen like a story arc like just hit rock bottom yet, to where that sometimes happens. So to me, they're still rolling along pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, man, you're all good. I'm actually just trying to see what people are saying in the chat. Redbeard says, might check out Reborn. However, I wish the comic companies would stop with the 5 to 10 different variant covers.
Oh, I don't mind.
Craziness.
I don't mind with the five or 6 different, because lately I've been on a variant kick. So, you know.
See, that's how they get you, Rez.
Yeah.
That's how they
Yeah.
get you.
I don't mind variant covers as long as they're not incentive-based in variant covers, where like the shop has to buy 25 books to get one of the special cover. I don't want any of that junk, because to me it's not worth it to buy a jacked up price on a book, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't buy variants like that cost any more than maybe $1 or $2 more than the cover price, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
but DC, the way they're doing it has been okay, because it seems like most of the time, you know, there's 2 covers for every book, and one of the 2 I like, you know.
well, that's
So
why
it's
I
gonna
like the variants, because you might run into a cover that is just you know, doesn't float your boat, but then you see the other one and it's a lot better. And you're like, okay, now I have a choice. I like choices sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jackie O says every issue of that was good, but very repetitive. Glad to see something different. Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, Capullo's style, all the women look the same, all the guys look the same. But I just love Greg Capullo's artwork. I think he's just a fantastic artist. Exilestate also says this week was brutal. I think my haul was $70. The All-Star Batman and Clone Conspiracy didn't help. Pricey. Wow, $70. My wife would kick me in the tail. I spent
a little bit less than that. I spent way too much on books this week, but I had to make up for lost time. I was like, yeah, gotta get my.
Well, if you're picking up issues that you missed, you know, the week before or the week before that, then I understand. But hey, to each their own. I mean, I'm not gonna knock anybody else. If you can afford to do it, hey, more power to you. I'm just gonna drink the haterade while you do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? Like, I'm right with Justin, like, oh god. I was like, my wallet was mad at me for sure, you know, this week.
Mm-hmm. And
that's why I don't like doing the weekly shipping. I'm like, because my wallet is getting dipped into more, you know. Oh
yeah, no, I'm with you. Plus, I mean, that's just talking about new stuff. I'm not even talking about the stuff I'm getting off like eBay.
Oh yeah. Let's not even talk about it, just because I'm telling you, I'm the same way. You know, I buy back issues and I buy these.
I like to buy sets.
Yeah,
like, I want a full run of something. You know,
that's how I am. I'm telling you, when I buy something, tell me, and if it's good, I'm gonna buy the whole run, and it kills you. It really does.
Yep.
That obsession and that compulsion to like the whole entire series. Ugh. And sometimes when they have those extra covers, and you're like. Yeah. You get
I'm telling you, there's got to be a Comic Books Anonymous somewhere.
Do we need to be anonymous though? I don't even think we could just start it here. Hi everybody, I'm Justin. I have a comic book problem.
You should. Oh my god.
I promise I can stop whenever I want.
Yeah.
I don't have to buy the next issue of Spider-Man. I can stop.
Yeah,
Sure.
anytime.
Okay, so speaking of which, Rez, I actually thought about you today. Actually, this past week, I noticed that I have quite a few books that I do not want anymore, and I'm hoping you're open to receiving donations.
Oh yeah, I love books.
Okay, they're not trades; they're single issues, but I'll have to look and see what exactly they are. A lot of Image stuff, actually, a lot of indie stuff. So I know you'll appreciate that. Did you ever get Snapshot or you know what? Y'all talk for a second. Let me look for them real quick.
Okay.
What? I was replying to people in the comments.
Justin, did anybody come on your video and tell you how suave you are?
Oh yeah. No, just you.
Oh,
just you.
okay.
But I saw that. I saw that in that. What was it? Last Friday or something? Or
or Thursday.
Yeah. So then I went back. I had to rewatch the part that I missed where you were like, "It's like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah. I was like, please, I want everybody to go up there.
No.
I'm like, he's gonna be as red as a what is it? She's gonna be so rosy red.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read Thin issue 2 yet? You haven't? You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. This issue is thin. Yeah, the first issue was nice and fat, and then the second one is getting thinner. So I'm like, what's up with that? Are you like literally you're giving me a thin issue? You know?
Who puts that one out?
This is American Gothic Press,
Okay.
and John Clark is the illustrator and writer. But this issue wasn't bad.
Is it like a parasite?
What it is this woman is so desperate and to lose weight because everything in her life is just not right, and her husband's cheating on her. She is just getting bigger and bigger. She just cannot commit to a diet, cannot lose weight.
Stress.
So she goes to this guy at this doctor's house, and he's not really. I don't think he's really a doctor. He's just a guy who performs surgery.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, doctor. And she goes to his house to get the surgery, and he puts her under. She wakes up and he's dead. And this little creature that we see is, we don't know what it's trying to do, but it attacked her several times. She tries to kill it, and it's crazy.
Huh.
Definitely kind of. I feel like there's like an underlying theme there, like, hey, just accept yourself for who you are and what you are. Don't try to go to extreme measures to lose weight. I feel like that's the underlying tones in this particular series. It's only 3-issue miniseries. It's not something someone has to go out and run and get.
Don't go for the quick fix. Don't go for the quick fix, everybody.
Exactly.
Man. Cool. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. I'll definitely check it out. It feels like every time we have these shows, like the list of stuff I need to pick up just gets longer and longer and longer.
That's how I'm telling you, that happens to me all the time. I'm like, what is that? Okay. I'm ready to drown. I'm getting it. Yeah, like go ahead.
I was just saying, as much as everybody in the chat loves Lazarus, I'm gonna have to go get that in trade.
You haven't read Lazarus?
Mm-mm.
What? Oh my god!
I missed it.
Yeah, Lazarus is solid.
It's awesome. I love. Honestly, that's what made me really, really enjoy Greg Rucka as a writer. Let me tell you, and someone described it as a slow read, like, or a slow burn. To me, I didn't feel that way when I'm reading it. And I honestly say at least the first 2 trades, maybe the first, there was something that happened. There was one particular event that happened. And when you read it, I want you to come back and talk to me about it. But it was like, what? Like, oh my god! It was just.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up this week. At least the first trade, I'll probably pick it up this weekend.
Yeah, there's some things in there that happen, and you're like, what? Oh my god! Like this. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy series. It's definitely a lot of action. It's just different than what I usually would get, And I found it was one of those first series that I picked up and I loved instantly.
Yep.
That along with Letter 44.
See, and that's what the really cool thing about Image is. they put out such high quality books or such a wide variety of books, is you eventually, if you just randomly are picking up image books, you're going to stumble upon a story that you wouldn't normally read, but you love, you know?
Yeah.
Like Cal. I don't know if y'all read that one. Kyle Higgins did it.
I keep saying I was gonna pick it up because it looked very different, the cover that they chose, but I never did it. I never did.
It was kind of a crazy story. It was like unionized superheroes.
Oh.
Yeah, from like the 60s or 50s.
From the cover, you would never think that. From the cover,
right? It's all like It
looked like, I thought it was like a Sherlock Holmes type of thing going on.
No, but it's superheroes, but they're unionized and they work for like the county or the city government or stuff like that.
Yeah,
that sounds like Luke Cage, Hero for Hire.
No, it's not anything like it. But yeah,
not just the whole concept.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found my books. I got Res. You can let me know, and Justin, man, if you want any of these two, just let me know.
I watched your haul. I want one of those like books you got 17 copies of that you showed in your haul and you got on your wall. Your Secret Wars number 8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I picked up 3 more of those. I got to send those to Jose to get those bad boys pressed. We'll see. These I got a while ago. Apocalypse Al or Apocalypse number 1 AI. Anybody got this? I just got the first issue. This is a couple years old.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I liked him on 10 grand.
Yeah, Straczynski. Yep. And then Dark Engine number 1. I got this, but never read it.
Man. That sounds cool. Yeah.
I read this one. Dead Body Road.
Dead Body Road. I had that in trade.
You got that in trade?
Mm-hmm.
Dream Police.
Never heard of it, but it looked like a Garth Ennis. Look like a Garth Ennis look. Is it by Garth Ennis?
It's also by J. Michael Straczynski.
Really?
Sid Cotien and Bill Farmer.
Okay.
Don't know those dudes.
By the look of it, when I first saw it, I was like, that's Garth Ennis probably. But
what else real quick? Dream Merchant. Did anybody pick this up? Dream Merchant?
Never heard of it.
Nope. All right. Chin Music. Chin Music? Anybody? Chin Music? Number 1. Justin? This says Niles and Harris.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. Niles, I like Niles. Steve Niles.
And then I got these. These were actually all free. This was done by Kickstarter. Cyberforce 1, 2, and I'm missing number 3, but I got number 4. I got 1, 2, and 4. I'm missing number 3.
I love Cyberforce.
Yeah, I have the trades for Cyberforce.
Justin, do you want these, man? They were doing the first 5 free.
I would say yes, but I already have them.
You do?
So, yeah, send them to somebody else.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can get somebody in the chat.
Good art, good story. Mark Silvestri's doing it, so.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? That's his property, right? Mm-hmm. Top Cow?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And then the last one is The Darkness.
Oh, yeah. I want that one. Sure.
You want this one? Okay. All right, so we'll talk about it after. You can let me know what y'all want. Anybody in the chat wants these Cyber Forces, let me know. I got 1, 2, and 4. I do not have number 3, but let me know. And you can send me your address, and I'll send them out to you guys. That's about all I got. Do you guys got anything else?
Yeah, I want to talk about some comics.
Okay.
Speaking of darkness, I'm going to start with one of my newest pickups today that I breezed through and loved, but it is none other than Sabrina, the art by Archie Comics. This was freaking awesome. Oh my god, I can't believe what I read. I mean, this is nothing like Sabrina that I know at all.
Right.
Is that one of your $2.99 covers?
This is not Melissa Joan Hart at all in the slightest. Let me show you guys the art in here, but very, very nice art. I mean, I can't even say I'm really familiar with a lot of these people. Roberto Sacasa, Robert Hack. I don't know a lot of these people, but oh my god, this was written so freaking well. The illustrations were so nice. And I was hesitant to pick this one up because I didn't like the cover per se. And I had it in my cart for a while. And I said, you know what? It is cheaper than what I would have bought if I bought it online. So I'm going to pick it up at the store. but let me tell you, it was worth $3 and change that I paid for it. Very, 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 very good issue. Very dark. Definitely not what I expected. But if anyone is not reading Sabrina by Archie Comics, you need to pick it up. It's only 6 issues, I think, or 8 issues total that will come out. But it's all the way up to issue 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely do it. Don't hesitate.
It's coming out at a slow pace too.
Very slow pace. So it's like you have time to catch up and meet it at its end. But oh my god, I'm so shocked. And it's perfect for Halloween. So really glad that I picked this up for sure.
Yeah, with the colors, it looks like a Halloween book.
Yeah, it does. But very, very good. I loved it. Every bit of the. I didn't find any. And when I opened it up initially, I saw a lot of text, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? You know. But I liked it a lot. Let's see. Another Halloweeny one that I picked up was. It's like a little series, like a little short out of the Goon, and I've been on the Eric Powell kick as of late. So I saw this, and I said, you know what? I have never read The Goon, so this is like a small short story out of The Goon, like a little mini-series type of single issue. So I picked it up, and I absolutely loved it. It was very, very different, very cute, and it has his illustration styles in here. And, it was just about this one burlesque dancer who was trying to find someone to switch places with her so she can leave this this weird, eerie, creepy carnival, you know. But, very nice illustrations, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Love his work. So now, I mean, this honestly, this issue made me want to pick up Goon. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it was very, very fun. I definitely liked it a lot. So, I from what I'm gathering, this is what Goon is probably like, and I like it. So. Definitely will be looking into Goon very soon. Maybe the hardcovers. I don't know.
Okay, so speaking of addiction, Res.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever started a title and then was like, you know what? And trade, and actually got it in trade after the long waiting? Has anybody ever done that?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, like she mentioned that book that was a 6-issue run, and like, you know, let's say I want to get it, but I want to get it cheaper and maybe a hard trade or something like that. Has anybody ever wanted to get it in trade and then stop getting the single issues and then just got it when it came out in trade?
I've done that.
Isn't that normal? Isn't that normal?
Yeah. I thought it was.
So that was normal.
But I've done things like I've been collecting in hardcovers, and I'm tired of waiting on the singles to wrap up to a hardcover, and then I've grabbed singles.
See, that's what I was getting at. Like, you know, you just want to get into the comic book. You don't want to wait, so you just go ahead and buy the singles anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's some things that are special to me that I grab in singles and trade.
Yep, I do that on certain titles, especially titles I know that I want other people to read.
Yeah,
I'll get the trade. Mm-hmm. And I'm more, you know, I'm happy to lend the trade out. I'm not lending out singles.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I think I'm more willing to pass out singles maybe sometimes more than the trade, depending on how out of print the trade is. Or like, for instance, like one series that I give out a lot of is The Max Immortal by Rick Vetch. Mm-hmm. And I love that series, and I try to give it out in singles and in trade. You know, love it.
Yeah. I was just, because I've done that before. You know, I would start a title, and I'm like, I'm just going to pick up a trade, and I just never get around to it, because by then you've either lost interest or forgotten, and then gotten interested in something totally different. So
it always seems like I'm going back to buy a trade if like I missed out on a series and I started later on it.
Yeah.
So I do that, I think, more than like the only current book that I'm like fighting with myself about going to trade or singles is Saga. So
yeah, I find myself on the same, because I've been collecting the trades. See, look, I have all the trades right here. I've been collecting them since day one, and I was like, I'm tired of waiting for these dang on trades. So I started collecting single issues, and now I'm tired of collecting single issues. And I'm thinking maybe I should upgrade to hardcover, but they have yet to come out with the second hardcover.
Yeah, they just got the first blue one. Yeah.
Yeah, that first one's the only one out. And I'm like, are they waiting for that to be out of print? And honestly, if you ask me, I think Saga needs to be put into Absolute Edition.
I'm sure they will at some point.
Yeah, I think they will too.
But, I mean, I feel like, a lot of Brian K. Vaughan stuff has come out in Absolute, like Why the Last Man, which I do plan on getting Absolute and giving away my deluxe softcover trades.
Yeah, where's that movie?
I know, right? That was a really. I remember when I first read it, I was so. And I was waiting for the deluxe soft covers to come out when I was reading it, and I was like so tired of waiting for those to come out. I had to read it. I had to finish it up in the regular volumes. I was like, I'm tired of waiting for these to come out on time.
Black Pole says, I'll lend out paper bags, but you'll have to pry things like Green Arrow by Kevin Smith, deluxe edition from my dead hands.
Quiver.
I've seen those Green Arrow. Oh no, I was thinking of Green Hornet, right? Kevin Smith, didn't he do Green Hornet?
He might have done something. He did Green Arrow. He did the first post-crisis Green when they brought Ollie back to life. So it's called Quiver.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking something else.
Really good story. Kevin Smith's done a lot. Like, he wrote Daredevil. He wrote Green Arrow. He's did some other stuff. But I think Green Hornet, was he involved with the movie at all or something? I don't know if he's done a comic.
I don't know, but was that any good? Because you're right, I have noticed Kevin Smith doing a few things. He actually did a few Batman things with his buddy from Comic Book Man, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely recommend you picking up even if you're not a big Green Arrow fan, that story is actually pretty cool. I think Batman's in there, Etrigan's in there at some point too. How's the Spectre at that point, I think, still, when that one came out. But yeah, it's called Quiver. It's Green Arrow. Okay,
we lost Rez again. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, what's going on? It keeps booting me out. Like, I'm like, it doesn't like me today.
No.
Yeah. But before, I finish, I just wanted to say I'm going to say these last two. This image series called Aloha Hawaiian Dick. I don't know if anyone has ever heard of this series, but very, very mellow. I like the way it felt when I read it. I feel like I was right in the islands.
What's that?
Right here. Oh. Aloha Hawaiian Dick, issue 1. It was pretty good. It was not a lot of action going on in here, but I liked it for what I read. It was very fun, a very fun read. So definitely makes me want to jump in and look at the series as a whole, collect whatever I can. And I like the way the illustrations have changed over the years. So the older one, definitely more my type, but then this new one was very, very different. Let me show you a little bit of the illustration style because I really liked it a lot. I'm just excited about collecting these. I have them in my cart, but I'm on a no-buy until next month. So they will stay there. But,
did a new volume of that start recently?
Yeah, and so it has like a total of 3 or 4 volumes out right now or something like that. And they actually did a Kickstarter too, like a 100-page Kickstarter for hardcover of big hard Hawaiian dick, so or something like that. It's crazy.
No, that was some solid artwork that you were showing there. Very simplistic, and it looked like it was pretty good at telling the story.
It looked abstract, didn't it? It looked kind of abstract a little bit. I liked it. And then last book I want to mention, one of my favorite reads of, I have to say the month, honestly, is Mark Waid's Irredeemable. I don't know if any of you guys have read this, but this is so freaking awesome. I am in love. I'm in love. I love it. I absolutely love this. I actually will be collecting every single issue of this series that I possibly can. Anything associated with the universe, because this is so good. So freaking good.
Is that a variant cover, or is that supposed to be black and white?
This is a variant. This is a variant issue, the artist edition. So it's black and white, and I really appreciated that. This I like black and white as of late. So very nice to encounter minimal art. You know, I don't want all this extra coloring and stuff getting in the way of me seeing what the artist is doing naturally. So yeah, I really like this a lot. Very, very dark, very different. So if you like something that it's like a superhero like Superman that has gone dark and is starting to kill people, you know, then you would love this, and that's why I love it, because it's like a superhero comic, but not at the same time, you know.
Mm.
I loved it. Very, very good.
Sounds like Invincible's dad.
Yeah. And, so it's really exciting to get into some of these books and stuff. And you know, I'm not the person who runs out and gets superhero comics, but that is one of those comics that will definitely get you into it for sure.
Nice. Also, just a shout out, Black Eyed Kids #7 came out.
Did it? You liked it?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Wow, you're still keeping up with that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that a baby? Wait, show that again. Is that a baby?
Yeah. Or it's a kid.
Yeah. It's a kid, yeah.
It's still a great story. I mean,
Yeah.
these panels are just nuts. Like, just looking through
I love
them,
it.
you can see it. So, still enjoying that one. But I guess, did both of you see the Rogue One trailer too that came out this morning?
You know, I heard mention of it, and I just did not tune in.
So good.
Was
It's
it?
so good. Yeah, man.
Is it any different than what we've already seen?
Yes, it explains way much. Like, it sets up the actual story of what's going on. Like Jen's story, we see her dad and what's going on with that. So it kind of provides a lot of why the rebellion needs her and things like that.
Does it show more Darth Vader?
Yep. And we get like
okay, because that really hooked me was that last trailer they showed where he was at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, really? You're doing this to us? Now you know we got to see it, you know?
Yeah, he's in there more, and then I think we also see like some more Death Troopers, and we get to see what's the guy's name? I can't remember. With the messed up eye. Oh well, I can't remember. We get to see more of his character.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Forrest Whitaker. That's who it is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Couldn't remember his name. Let's see. But I mean, it looks beautiful. But yes, it does tell you in the newest trailer what the actual like motivation behind this story really is. So, and Mads Mikkelsen's playing Jen's dad. So he's great in like everything he's in.
So since you brought that up, do you think it's going to be like a supplement until we get another Star Wars movie, or do you think this could be like a legit box office smash?
I mean, it's gonna hit hard. It's not gonna be the same as like Episode 7, but it's still, I think, it's coming out at Christmas, December 16th. That thing by the time New Year hits, that thing's gonna be close to 200 million easy. You know.
This Christmas or next Christmas?
This Christmas. Comes out December 16th.
Wow. Okay. Because I was looking for it a while back on Rotten Tomatoes for upcoming movies, and I didn't see it. So I was thinking, well, maybe it comes out in 2017.
No, it's now. And then next year, we'll get Episode 8. And then the year after that, we'll get the Han Solo movie.
So Star Wars junkies are just...
Yeah,
living a dream right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get one new Star Wars film a year for the next 6 years, and then what they're saying though is they don't really see like all these characters just being killed off and not being used anymore. So we'll more than likely see some of these characters show up in the Han Solo film. Yeah.
Well said.
Indeed.
The Han solo film. Rez, you still with us?
Yep.
Okay. Any Star Wars action in your life?
No, I ran into some of the singles, and I was almost tempted to pick them up, but I felt like I would have been lost because, there's so much of them out right now.
There are, but I think if you watch the movies and you can correct me if I'm wrong, if you watch the movies, they tie the comic books in with the movies pretty well, at least the few that I've read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Vader and stuff. And everybody, rush out and buy Darth Vader issue number 3, since they're going to start that Dr. Alpha Star Wars ongoing series. I guess Darth Vader 3 is where she's her first appearance.
Yeah, and if you're familiar with the characters, you're not going to be too lost anyways.
Yeah. No, yeah. Jason Aaron was doing the main book, right? The main Star Wars book, and he did a really good job of just kind of filling everybody in on where they were at. But with that book, you just kind of knew what was going on anyway, if you've ever watched Star Wars.
Yeah, really. Yeah. I think the last one I read was Vader Down, which he wasn't really down the whole series, so that was actually a good read, though.
Yeah, it really was. I picked up some of those fried pie variants for that one. The red and black one and the white and black one. Those are cool. Res change locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iculus, Vader actually ended with issue 25. That was the last issue. So Darth Vader series is over for now.
Okay, so I see what they're doing because there's not really any movies out right now. The comic books are kind of fizzling out, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if January, February, somewhere in there, we get a Rogue One comic or a Jyn Asa comic,
Or another Star Wars #1. Why not reboot it again, Marvel?
Well, I mean, they could, because that one was, all the original cast of that Star Wars series, so they could easily change it over.
Yeah.
Does anybody want a copy of Lando #1? I think I have 2 or 3.
Lando
Now, that story was really cool. If you didn't pick that one up, Lando gets a contract to steal a spaceship, and it's like this awesome, sleek-looking spaceship. Who do you think it belongs to? Guess.
Han Solo?
No, it was either Vader or the Emperor. So, the entire Empire is, chasing after him, So, it's just a fun, basically car theft miniseries, if you want to equate it to that.
Yeah. That's one thing I like about Second Charles. They have a whole lot of cool variants for that Star Wars series.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at it, and that's why I said I almost grabbed some of them, because those variants were looking really cool.
Oh, no. Yeah. Blackpool poses the question, did anyone pick up Great Lakes Avengers #1 this week? No.
No, sorry.
Yeah, couldn't do it.
No.
Mm-mm.
I don't. And even Squirrel Girl's in that book, so she's on 8 teams now. Just she's on new Avengers or all different Avengers, and then she's on going to be in Champions at some point, and now she's in Great Lakes Avengers. How many teams can she? She's like Wolverine. She's just going to be on all the teams.
Yeah, that's all we need is another Wolverine everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. How is it, Blackpool? Let us know in the comments if you've already read it. Was it worth picking up? What do you think?
Jackie wants post Return of the Jedi stories. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that
Like,
yeah, it's kind of to fit in a little bit more between 6 and 7.
yeah.
Or, I mean, 5 and 6 maybe. Yeah, I can see that.
Empire was 5.
4, 5.
Return.
Oh,
Return was
oh,
6.
you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had them swapped around.
I'm with you. But yeah, more stories in between that time frame because we got another like 20-year gap right there. You know, however old Ray is. Plus to see, but see, I don't know if they're gonna do that because they're gonna want to reveal some of that stuff in the next movie. I would think some of the stuff that led up to Luke leaving Ray on that planet or whatever else. You know.
Not only that, but who's her mom?
Man, it's Jen. What are you talking about? I love saying that and making people mad. No, it's not. It's
I'm not a
canon.
diehard Star Wars fan, so I wouldn't fight you over that one.
Yeah, I don't either. To me, that would make sense for movie-wise. You know, that way they could bring her in to one of the other movies and just make her look a little older. But whatever.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, man. If you are, I mean, just think about it. If you're a Star Wars fan, you were going crazy from 2005 all the way up for 10 years. 2005 all the way to 2015. I mean, what a drought. And now that they're coming out, it's such a good time to be a Star Wars fan. Now, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back over and over again.
Yep.
And never really get tired. And now that this new stuff is coming out, it's just like Star Wars gasm, if that's a word. Star Wars gasm, I guess. Star Wars porn, I guess you could call it. So, definitely a great time to be a Star Wars fan for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, Disney's done a great job with it so far. So
they have, yeah, they really have.
It was worth $1 billion.
$1 billion? I thought it was $5 billion.
Was it $5 billion
that they paid for that franchise?
It might.
Yeah, I think
mean,
Disney
$1
paid
billion,
$5 billion.
$5 billion. It's all fake money.
Yeah, fake money, and it's Disney. I mean, all those high-priced Disney toys. I mean, they can afford it.
That's why our Marvel comic books are $4 and $5. They're still paying for Star Wars.
Yeah, really. I don't even see them dropping that price ever.
No.
For comics.
But you would think that they would. They have to be looking at the sales figures, and the most recent one that came out was 8 of the top 10 books were DC books.
Yeah, but we talked about this briefly. How long is DC going to be able to keep this up without artists dropping off like flies?
Well, yeah, but even if DC scaled it back to once a month, and which they may end up doing once they fully get all of their titles running, because that way they can space it out a little bit more. If they keep the price and move it to once a month, I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. I'd actually kind of prefer that, so I could get caught up on reading some other stuff. Man, Marvel's got to be hurting right now. There's no doubt about it. They got to be hurting right now. So they got to be scrambling on coming up with some way to do something else, you know?
Maybe, but when you got Disney backing you up, you ain't going to be hurting too bad.
Yeah. Plus everybody, yeah. I know.
Exilestate says that it was $4.05 billion that Lucasfilm sold, or George Lucas sold Lucasfilms for.
Jackio said it's the member berries. I watched that last night. I know what the member berries are.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's from South Park.
Oh,
I randomly watched, flipped it over there last night, and it was on, and it was actually pretty funny. Like member berries, like they just make you long for when things were better.
Jackio says $2.99 means someone isn't getting paid fairly, and then it comes and answers, "True, Jack, but $4.99 and $5.99 means that I'm getting robbed."
So $3.50, everybody. $3.50 is the magic number. $3.50. Remember Chewbacca? Yeah, we remember Chewbacca. Oh yeah, he had a book. There was a Chewbacca book.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be like
Briefly.
a Godzilla book. How much dialogue could really be in there?
I know, right? It's like Groot. Him and
Mhm.
Groot get together and make a book. You have like 5 words for the whole book.
Well, yeah, it's like that Godzilla Goes to Hell. I don't know if there was any words in that.
Probably not.
I
No.
don't think there really was. So,
No, I don't think so either. I remember Comic Book Fanatics talking about that.
mhm.
Well, does anybody got any final thoughts and shout-outs that they want to do before we wrap it up?
Oh, okay. Last thing. Going back to Reborn. Now I'm getting an echo. Did anybody watch or remember an old sci-fi pilot called The River?
Sorry, no.
It's kind of the same thing. People die and wake up somewhere else.
What is it?
The River?
Oh, River.
Yeah, from sci-fi. Or
Oh no.
somebody.
Oh no. I thought you meant River, the show I was telling you to watch.
The what?
The one I was telling you about, BBC, the BBC original that
Oh.
is on Netflix.
Mm-mm. No, this one was just like a pilot, and it was the same kind of thing. Like they did it, thought they were going to turn into a series, and they just never did. Yeah, The River was creepy. Jackio knows what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. All right, I'm not the only one. I didn't imagine it.
I'm gonna have to look this one up.
The River. All right. Well, that's all I got, guys. I'm what, Edwin, you going to Fan Expo? Don't know if you said no. Kingdom Comics, I'm not going to Fan Expo. Actually, I was looking at that last night while I was laying down, and there's not really a whole lot of people, a whole lot of guests that I really have any interest for at the Fan Expo. Go to that one. I will be at the Alamo City Comics in San Antonio at the end of this month. I'll be there for maybe 1 or 2 days. I don't think I'm going to be there for the whole 3-day weekend, but I'll definitely be there when Greg Capullo's there.
Nice. Exilestate says that he's thinking of going to his first con next month, and asks what can he expect. I would say my biggest advice would be wear comfortable shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to be walking a lot. I don't know what con you're going to, but wear comfortable shoes. Carry a backpack.
Snacks and water and juice.
Yeah. Jackio says expect a lot of fun and spending way too much money.
Yep, that too. Yep.
Also,
I'll bring a set amount.
Yeah. Also, don't be afraid to go up if there's an artist alley. Don't be afraid to just go up and start talking to artists and writers and stuff. That's what they're there for.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're alone and don't have anybody in their line. Go up and chat it up with them for sure.
Yeah. Make connections.
Yeah, especially if you see something that you like, or if it's somebody that's written something you like, just go up to them and tell them what you thought of the book.
Yeah, I think they like that stuff. Yep. All right, well, I just want to give a shout out to everybody on the panel. Iculus, Jackio, Jesse kind of came in at the end there. JLS Comics, Kingdom Comics. How's it going, man? Maybe I'll see you at the Alamo City Comic Con. Who else? Right, Cole. Thank you so much for joining in the live chat. Redbeard, thank you. And then I think Iculus, of course. I think I already said him. And that's it. There might have been a few others, but I think that's about everybody. Actually, no, let me see. Joseph Stoner. Joseph Stoner. That's your real name.
We had like Justin Vasquez. He was in there. And Jose jumped in for a second.
Okay. So anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. We got about 5 more episodes after this, and then we'll be done for the year. If anybody has any interest joining us on the live chat, hey, send us a message. Let us know. See if we can make it happen. What about you, Rez?
I just want to, say thanks for having me again.
You're very welcome.
Yep.
Justin?
I'll go the same thing. Thanks for having me. Everybody go pick up Rebirth and jacking up that price. It'll be $10 next week, everybody. I promise. Go get it now.
Yep. It sure will.
All right. All right, everybody. You guys have a great weekend. Keep God first. Enjoy your comic books. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.